For me, food is life. It's the best expression of my personality.
It's a lot of passion, and when you get to really enjoy your work every day, it can be really exciting.
Everybody cooked in my family. My mother did that my whole life. I love to cook for people. I like to make people happy.
Food to me is a celebration. I think food gives everyone the opportunity to gather around a table and enjoy the things that are really good in life.
I love food. It's really the center of our lives.
Maine's has the resources and experience to respond to a lot of different needs that a restaurateur may have. One example would be Palazzo 53. Palazzo had fantastic food. They were a brand new restaurant, very trendy. We were able to source the items for them. The owner chef, fantastic culinary talent. He had the back of the house operating as fine as could be. I'm happy to say that we had a part in the initial success and the continued success of Palazzo 53.
The name Palazzo came from the fact that we always called this the building. So we took the Italian name Palazzo, which means a beautiful building in the center of town, which is what we've become here. So we feel it fit. Well, I think the journey's been like a lifelong experience since I first started cooking. I started cooking way back with my mother when I was very young. I was always very into food. My father's a restaurateur my whole life. I've worked for him in the beginning, and I think that's where I got the basis of how I do things. Really, I believe the difference between us and a lot of other places is the energy that we have, that we create. Everything about what we do every night is we try to uplift the experience for the customer. We try to treat the customer the only way that your mother may treat you when you sat down to eat dinner. She take care of everything for you, make sure you have everything just perfect. That's what we try to do for our customer here. Well, I think it starts with where we get our food. We get our food from Maine's. They're a great company. We keep things very simple. We keep things seasonal. We don't buy against what is going on right now. We buy the best fish available, best produce available. We get it in fresh daily. I look at Maine's as consultants. They've helped us in service and food and financial and they have a lot of resources. They have a lot of knowledge, and we take advantage of that.
Service, their delivery schedule, the quality of the food they deliver. 10 years worth of dealing with Maine's has now allowed me to become comfortable and have a secure knowledge that they will do their part of the job.
It gives us at Maine's great pleasure to be able to call the best restaurateurs in the markets that we're in customers. And Jason Thomas comes to mind. He's a second-generation restaurateur from Syracuse. To be able to say that Jason Thomas and his family of restaurants are customers really gives testimony how seriously we take our commitment in sourcing and being able to deliver the products that are needed.
I never like to say we're the best, never have. I don't want to be the best. I want to be always striving to be the best. So we're always trying to improve ourselves. At all my establishments, we try to improve ourselves every day. How do we make ourselves better? What can we bring to our customers that they're looking for, fulfilling their unexpected expectations? Having, purveyors such as Maine's that can be on the cutting edge and providing product from really around the world to you, it helps us get our job done.
At Art Evans, we change our menu every month, and with that you can really use the seasonality. As opposed to changing the menu every 3, 4, 6 months, you're actually able to really take advantage of all the changes that nature gives you. I try to use simple, clean flavors and make amazing food out of it, and the best way to do that is to treat them simply and to respect them. My style is very classic. I would call it more French, Italian, and New American, kind of a fusion of the three. With my flavors, I like everything on a plate to work to one goal. And in that case, you get to have fun. I mean, it's a lot of passion, and when you get to really enjoy your work every day and come in and get to use some new ingredients almost every week, it can be really exciting. Being a white tablecloth restaurant as well as a bistro, you have certain demands that you need for yourself and the public has. So being able to get the better ingredients and having a variety on them is very, very important, and Maine's has been great working with us. Maine's Produce Express has the ability to get all of the standard produce that you go through, as well as the ability to ship it 6 days a week, which is invaluable.
My mom's side of the family is all from South Texas, and I've been going down to Texas since I was a a wee little pup and having great Mexican food down or Tex-Mex food down there. That was always kind of a lifelong passion is Mexican food. I kind of had the vision for Papagayo, which is doing, you know, standard Tex-Mex or Mexican food, but also a little fusion. We do have some higher end items where it's not just, you know, tacos and enchiladas. The philosophy here is to, again, fresh made cuisine. Our salsas are made from scratch. Maine's as a purveyor helps us provide that to the customer. That's where a good company like Maine's is gonna basically present to you as a restaurant owner or as a chef to say, hey, this is what's out there and here's what's available. And then you have to take advantage of that.
Remlick's in downtown Binghamton is about a year old right now, and Maine's was involved from the ground up. And this is a restaurant that really wanted to focus on what is trendy and what's happening in Manhattan and San Francisco, and really bring a fresh look to the restaurant scene in Binghamton. And we were so happy to be part of that and to be able to help them in that development.
Remlick's got started, there were 4 partners who we were all friends and always wanted to open a restaurant, and we discovered this fantastic space. Worked for about 6 months doing some renovations in the space, but also really trying to come up with a unique concept for a restaurant in this area. There were certain things that we all felt strongly about, but the one thing that we all agreed on was it had to be fresh and it had to be unique. We wanted to sort of follow the farm-to-table mantra, get everything as fresh as possible, get it in as quickly as possible. People love the raw bar. They love the freshness of coming in and getting oysters. The shrimp that we get through Maine's are fantastic and massive, and people just love them. So the raw bar is very popular. People love the sushi that we have and very much appreciate what our chef is making. The sushi is definitely an art, and watching him make the sushi, you realize the training and the artistry that's involved in it. We're lucky to have a very talented culinary team. We have a master sushi chef, and then our other 2 co-chefs come from different backgrounds. One is, you know, has worked his way up in kitchens. The other went to cooking school, has a hobby in molecular gastronomy, so he's always creating fun little adornments, I guess you'd call it, and plates when time permits. When we opened the restaurant, I came back and we did have a meeting at Maine's where we met with one of their corporate chefs. We spent a full day there, got a tour of their operation, and I was blown away by the sheer size of their operation. And from the level of service on our deliveries and ordering and things like that, up through the consulting services that they provide that we've utilized. We're implementing a new system called When to Manage that Maine's introduced us to that we're very excited about, that helps with, you know, costing and inventory and literally everything you need to manage the restaurant. They're a fantastic company, and we do a majority of our business with them because of the level of service and quality of product that we get through them.
Maine's has become distributor of choice for country clubs, and I think the reason for that is our ability to help find solutions for our customers, to respond to their unique needs, which in a country club changes constantly. The fact that we can source products as efficiently as we can, our delivery 6 days a week, gives us the ability to service some of the best clubs that are in our markets, such as Fox Hill.
I think absolutely one of the challenges that we have at a country club is keeping up with the food trends. Our membership does have the ability to travel frequently. They're in various cities throughout the country. One of the aspects that we attempted to embrace in our club was the trends that we saw on a national scale. What we've done to embrace the trends is we'll adapt our menu to some of the trends that are being released by the Essence of Maine's and embrace them and incorporate them into our menu. The differences that I found between the restaurant to the country club transition was that the day-to-day pace of operations was different. The restaurant seemed to be the daily grind from the morning to the night, whereas the club was a little bit more casual and based upon the experiences when they would come to use the club. The transition enabled me really to look at our time management skills. What I found was that we were using multiple vendors in order to purchase our products that we needed, and that process was taking anywhere from 14 to 16 hours per week. When I started to evaluate the primary vendor relationship with Maine's Paper and Food, one of the benefits that I saw immediately was we were able to take that time of 14 to 16 hours and cut it down to a process that was more manageable of 2 to 3 hours per week, where our chef could work with our customer service representative to make sure we were sourcing the proper products for our restaurant and clubhouse.
Our customers tell us that we have the best fresh cut steak and seafood program in the industry, and we really take a lot of pride in our affiliation with our purveyors, Hopkins, Indian Ridge, and Esposito. We are able to offer next day service to our customers so they have access to the freshest fish, custom butchers. We are pleased to be able to offer this type of service to our customers.
Well, Esposito is a 100-year-old family business founded in 1911 by my grandfather Attilio. What's interesting about Esposito's, or what's unique, I think, is our commitment to the customer, our employees, the community. It's the way we handle the product, the way we internal select product, the way we painstakingly match the product to the customer. Our creed, our motto is, the level of productivity here is less important than the quality of the product. What we stress is producing at the same level of quality, and that's important here. And that's what helps us to have a consistent quality product time in, time out. For us, it's imperative that each cut, whether it be a prime or a choice or a select product, is still given the same amount of attention. It has the same degree of importance so that the cut is consistent each and every time. Maine's customers can order product one day from the salesman and have it fresh cut for them the same way it was done 100 years ago when you'd call or walk down to your local butcher. Of course, we have product here that's properly aged, properly selected, but it's actually cut to order. So this program with Maine's allows them to get next day's delivery, product cut specifically for them. And again, Maine's, being a very large company, is still interested in meeting the needs of the independent who wants to come up with something different. I think it's interesting to find a company of that scale and that magnitude that operates in a similar philosophy that we do here. It's made an unbelievable partnership. They're great people to work with. There's no pretenses. They're genuinely nice human beings, and it's been a beautiful marriage.
The history of E. Frank Hopkins goes back to at least 1890. We are the oldest in existence wholesale seafood company in the country. I truly feel that quality is of the utmost. Handling is very important, from the docks to the customer.
We'll start unloading about 11 o'clock at night. So the truck from North Carolina backs in, this fish comes off, the fish gets tested for temperature, gets checked for ice. Once it passes that, it gets taken in, gets put in the cooler. I get my Maine's account going, I get my orders in. Once my orders come in, I start picking my fish from what came in that night. Whatever they order is cut to order. The fluke is cut to order, the tuna is cut to order, the swordfish is cut to order, grouper, snapper, all that stuff is cut to order. Maine's bases their trust in me, because once that box is sealed here, that when it gets to the customer, that it's wholesome and it's fresh.
Indian Ridge is, we're a fairly young company, almost 30 years. There's large meat companies, large seafood companies, where they're just huge. There's hundreds of people working on the production floor. We're a little more intimate. We're a little more, we take a little more consideration, a little bit more pride in what we do. So that's where the passion comes in. When we trim our meat, particularly our tenderloins, we remove all the fat. We trim it to perfection. Our dry aging process is we have ultraviolet lights in our room. It's humidity control and temperature control. The product stays in that room for at least 28 days before we cut it. It's like wine, it has to be ready. What dry age does is it removes some of the moisture from the meat, and when you do experience the taste of dry age, it has a real nice beefy flavor. Dry age is the way beef used to taste many, many years ago. Our level of inspection, the inspection starts when we purchase the product. We also inspect it at the table, at the cutter, and our packers. We empower our packers to reject the product if they feel that it doesn't meet our standards.
We have some exclusivity on products. We always look for products that give the customers the best value. It's not always price, but it is always value. But we constantly look for that product to be a cut above what you normally see. To the end user, it makes a tremendous amount of difference. The fish will be much more palatable. It'll build up better fat reserves. The portion yields will be much higher. And you're able to produce a portion that's going to be thicker, larger. You're going to be able to get temperature on it when you're cooking it. So there's a great benefit to buying those larger fish. We have an exclusive with Jail Island. Jail Island's the oldest salmon farm in North America. Fish is raised without growth hormones, no antibiotics used to promote growth, so it's a very wholesome, very natural product. So one of the things that Maine's really stressed to us when they entertained bringing us in as a distributor was that they wanted to provide their customers with very high quality product. They wanted to provide their customers with some products that were different, that weren't just mainstay products that everyone had, and offer them some advantages to some of the knowledge that we had in the industry. So it's worked out very well. It's been a great relationship, and we constantly strive to find things to help Maine's and improve what they have to offer as well.
Fresh produce, fresh ingredients are very, very critical to the success of any restaurant. The demands of customers, the health consciousness of our society. It's very trendy. Organic, homegrown. There's more of an emphasis of produce being center of the plate. Produce at Maine's is a program that we're very, very proud of, that we think differentiates our company from our competitors. We offer 6-day delivery. Marcon is a buying group from Salinas, California that we are part owners of, and they have the 5-star safety program and literally write the specs for the industry in regard to safety as it's related to produce. Also, the quality and the yield and the specs are higher than anything else out there. And our customers actually seek out the Marcon label. It's very important in today's restaurant industry for an operator to be successful that he continues to evolve. He continues to reinvent his menu. We help our customers with not only having the products in-house, but also the expertise on how to construct the plate, how to engineer a menu towards that type of program. Food is life.
It's a lot of passion.
Food to me is a celebration.
I like to make people happy.
It's really the center of our lives.